Warning, this podcast contains material not suitable for younger audiences, and some material that's not suitable for older audiences. If you're part of any age group, we've found a way to offend you. Run while you still can. We are the Hapless Heroes.
What are we doing with this thing? I can't Stenton is so confused. He's just like...
Hello, and welcome to a special bonus episode of the Hapless Heroes podcast. I'm Francesco, and tonight I'll be your host and DM as we check up on what the interns have been up to while the party's been away in Tamasha here.
Ooh.
So, to my left, we have James playing Stenton Crossbreeze.
My jaw hurts.
To his left, Massimo's joining us, and he'll be playing...
Millie Bay's here with another awesome adventure.
And we'll see where he fits into this. It's going to be great. And we have Dave playing Frankie Wild.
Good evening, darlings.
And we have Zach playing Spanx Mahoney.
Yeah, check out this move. Ooh.
So it's been some time since we've heard from the interns. And the last time we left off, you guys had killed a couple mimics that were in the cellar that turned out to be Zero's pets.
And we were broken up about it.
Shit happened.
Right. We briefly saw the interns a little bit in the backdrop when the main party visited the keep, and you guys were trying to figure out if you can launch Spanx on a trebuchet. To which we have no idea if those experiments took place yet or not. But some time passed. You know, the gang went to Tamasha here. You guys were kind of left to fend for yourselves, look over the place, keep it clean, keep it safe. And now we kind of open up. This is about the same time as the party's kind of adventuring into Tamasha here. We're going to kind of set that as far as the timeline's concerned. So this is happening in parallel to the events in Tamasha here that we just heard, a little while ago, like with the whole thing with Zahir and...
Has Zero disappeared from here yet?
That's kind of right where we're happening.
Okay.
Zero is still at the keep.
For now.
All right. At the time of this statement.
Perfect.
So... we're going to open up into the keep. Stenton is busy moving things around, putting together some furniture, like being just genuinely useful.
Heavy things.
I don't know what Spanx is doing, and I don't really want to ask.
Sit down. It's none of your business anyway.
And I'm assuming that Frankie Wild is maybe making himself somewhat useful.
Yes, he's found a way to work and yet at the same time sing to test the acoustics of whatever room he's in.
I was going to say, Frankie Wild seems to be the dude that cuts his lawn with no shirt on and like practices.
No
singing.
shirt.
Yes.
And he's,
Frankie's out there because that's a glamour chore. It's a chore that needs done, but if it's a sunny day, that's a glamour chore.
No
and that's
shirt.
all Frankie's about.
Bearskin rug going on his, possibly slightly too skinny chest, but still a fantastic mustache.
Is he a little ribby?
A little bit.
So, you guys are just hanging out doing your thing. And all of a sudden there is a loud knock at the front door of the keep, like a booming, like...
What fresh hell is this? Ugh.
And you hear Zero somewhere from within his office pretty much just like ask, is someone going to address that?
I got it. Stenton will go over. Stenton will put down the large box that he was carrying and go over. You know what? Being that the knock was a bit
loud,
ferocious, we'll call it.
Okay.
He also pulls out one of his little hand axes.
Okay.
Just in case.
Okay.
And then he opens the door.
You open the front, like the gigantic, dual, double door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Standing there in front of you is a average-sized human. He seems to be wearing some sort of breastplate, and over that, a robe with many patches seem to be sewn on to the outside and inside. And he's bearded, just average build. He's got like some sort of taxidermy polar bear with him that seems to be walking around, but this thing is obviously like not alive because it's just deadpan. And he's just kind of standing there. And what do you say?
Millie Bays here. Are you interested in some outstanding products that I might be able to sell you? You look like an adventurer yourself.
Stenton is just standing at this thing bewildered.
Uh-huh.
Just bewildered.
I'm gonna slightly open up my trencher.
Yeah.
And it's gonna reveal just a few little items, kind of looking like potions and daggers and just like shiny things and trinkets.
Oh,
Spanx immediately just skips over.
how creepy is his animatronic bear on a scale of 1 to Chuck E. Cheese animatronics?
Massimo, how creepy is your mechanical
from
bear?
real to Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Where on the scale is your bear?
I'm gonna say it was a big botch job when I was doing it initially. I had this taxidermy bear for a long time in my family, so it looks like it's definitely crusty and matted, and you can just see all of these scar lines of where I
So basically, it's
opened
a
him up
Chuck E.
and
Cheese
kind of
bear
turned him
made with
into
real bear fur.
pretty much,
It's incredible.
but just mechanically
Even
altered
if it
too.
wasn't before, it certainly is now. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll.
But like oddly cute though for being so like crusty.
Right.
I'm sure immaculately clean if
Right,
this is
yeah.
Millie Bays.
I'm gonna try to perceive what the most valuable items might be inside this trench coat. That's a 6.
So, Spanx, on the robe, you see a couple patches looking like daggers, 2 looking like mirrors, 2 looking like lanterns, 2 like almost like pole looking like things, like long poles, a couple ropes, a couple sacks, 2 riding horses. These are all patches just sewn onto the inside of this coat. Some sort of rod, what looks like a pit, a potion that looks like it has a little symbol of a fire, like a little like flame inside of it. 4 potions of healing, a 24-foot wooden ladder, 2 mastiffs, a window, a portable ram, a scroll of some kind, and a bag of holding.
I see all of this inside the trench coat.
These are all patches sewn on the inside of this trench
okay,
coat.
so they're pictures.
They're patches.
It
of
almost
pictures of these
probably
things.
looks like a
Okay.
menu.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Am I just really good at eyeballing lengths? Is it labeled as a 24-foot
Yeah.
ladder? Okay. I was like,
Some of them are labeled, some of them aren't.
how oddly specific.
Yeah, everything is specifically labeled
24,
for-
not 23. It's
For the
certainly
ease of
not the industry
customer
standard
use here.
25. Just 24.
All right.
But they seem to be just patches. You don't actually see actual items.
Spanx says to him,
Well, come on in. Let's see what you've got. Let me pour you a cup of coffee or tea. What would you like?
I'll have a coffee, please.
All right. We don't have any. What else do you want?
As a matter of fact, I might have everything I need.
Stenton chuckles at that. Like, that would have made Stenton laugh, because this dude looks like a strange...
And now I see that everybody's kind of, not really.
Also, at this time, you'll notice that Stenton's jaw has received some modifications from Zero, so that while it's still wired shut, you are awarded, or at least you kind of have a little bit of motion that you can get to now. It's going to take some physical therapy for you to be able to actually move your jaw again, but Zero has installed some things to help you, like, actually open your mouth again.
Awesome.
good.
Nice.
It's a work in progress, though. So you invite Millie Bays inside, and where do you take him?
Well, seeing that there's a little bit of skepticism from the group here, not really knowing what I have to offer, I want to put on a little bit of show, and I'm going to rip one of the riding horse patches out of my
Robe of useful
robe
items.
of useful items.
Right in the foyer?
Right in the foyer.
Oh
Right
my
in the
God.
foyer,
and
baby.
just boom.
Yep, you now have a riding horse chilling right inside the foyer of the keep.
How
Right.
big a one?
I would say about like a full-sized
Yep.
riding horse.
Ooh, we got the full size model.
Yeah, though, I mean, it's basically a sedan.
It's not a
of
queen
horses.
though. Not a California King
No,
horse.
It's
just
not
full.
quite
Okay.
just a full horse.
Right.
It has
I'm gonna
a whole
hop
4
on top
doors
of
on
it.
it and everything.
And I'm just gonna smile at the crew.
You do that.
Spanx sort of jumps and clicks his heels. He's really excited by the prospects that Millie Bays is presenting here.
Stenton is kind of staring at Spanx because Spanx invited this guy in, and now there's a fucking horse in our living room.
It'll fit out the door anyways. The door's like tall and wide enough.
Okay.
So like he put it
I'm
in
still
here.
just looking at him bewildered.
Okay.
It's a big manor. Got a big foyer.
Frankie is quietly scowling. He's upset that something is commanding more attention than him.
Nice.
What's that guy's name? He's a big boy.
Jerome, and he's one of our 1374 stallion. And for the right price, he could be yours.
I'm surprised you didn't go for Mustang.
Yeah, those were last year's model.
So while Millie Bays is giving you his sales pitch, you hear like some banging, like, you know, coming from Zero's like room / converted lab. You hear him almost go like, no, wait. And then you hear like a loud pop and then silence.
I'll go check on Zero.
Now, two things are more important in this room and than Frankie, and he wants them both taken out back and drawn and quartered.
So Stenton shoots up the stairs, up to where Zero is working, and gives a quick...
What floor is your room on? First, second floor?
Ground floor.
Ground floor.
Like center of the building, like no exterior walls to it.
So there you
Zero's
go.
room is.
It would be like pretty much through the foyer and then back a little ways.
Then I go through the foyer.
And back a little ways.
a little ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. The door is closed.
I will knock 3 times as is custom in the house.
There's nothing. Silence.
Is the door unlocked?
No.
Okay, I'm leaving it be then. I don't enter the master's quarters if it's locked.
Spanx calls up.
What did you find up there?
Door's locked.
Oh, I'll be right up.
It's the same floor.
Well, he's a halfling, okay?
Right, there you go. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
We'll take it.
So Spanx trots over. He's doing sort of like a moonwalk. So I kind of move.
Right.
He likes to dance. Okay. I don't know if I made that clear.
Sashayed over.
Yeah.
Well, if it wasn't canon before, it sure is now.
Loves to dance. And he pulls out his thieves' tools. Because
That's what he does.
he doesn't respect boundaries.
Yeah, go for it.
He's going in there.
And I'm going to say while he's rolling, Millie Bays, I'm
I
was gonna
holding
say-
on in case he fails.
No, I was going to say you missed a perfect opportunity to tell these guys, I assure you, it's not a ripoff. And you missed it. Missed opportunity.
Womp.
All right. So Spanx Mahoney takes out his thieves' tools and is trying to get into Zero's quarters. That is a 17.
Dave, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yo.
How many locks does Zero typically keep on his door?
Always a prime number. This time it's only one.
The lock unclasps.
All right.
Do you open the door? I mean, all you've done is unlock it.
Yeah, I open the door.
Okay.
Just a crack.
Yeah.
And sticking my mirror on a stick that I love so very, very much.
Yeah, you just kind of got this mirror on a stick out of nowhere?
Yeah, it's in my thieves' tools, dude.
Oh, okay, perfect. And yeah, doesn't appear to be Zero doesn't appear to be in here. You see his workbench, has some stuff on top of it. His sort of vault door to your right is closed, and you can still see some dust in the air.
All right, let's swing open the door.
Yeah, it's empty in here. It's just this workbench. On the workbench, though, there's like a whole bunch of parts. It almost looks like sitting upright on this workbench is a smaller version of Zero, but it's still missing its left arm. Its head is kind of drooped down, and it's just kind of sitting there motionless. You also know that you can also see that some of the parts haven't been fully filled in. You can kind of see through some of the parts on this thing's frame.
I go up and investigate the work table.
Sure. In addition to the parts of this sort of automaton, or sort of mimic of Zero, there is you see a stack of paper, maybe about 5 or 6 pages. and it seems to be some sort of official document from the Omega Project. Do you read it?
Not before I take out my notes. Pencil. All right. Yes, now I'm reading it.
Okay. It's an extensive document that's pretty much uses way too many words to simply say that they have authorized Zero to begin his work on Project 0.5
What?
That's cool.
in order to continue testing on the mobile weapons platform initiative. And you can see next to that stack of papers, you can see that Zero had signed it as well. He had signed off on it, and it was like co-signed by some other project member.
Okay. Spanx takes hold of what he suspects is the 0.5.
Well, what do you mean takes hold of it?
He kind of, well,
This thing is still like it's not maybe like 7 feet tall like Zero
okay.
is. This thing is still about 5.5, like 6 feet tall.
I thought it was on a table.
It's sitting on a table.
Okay.
Like its butt is on the table, and it's
Alright.
just drooped over.
Okay.
I was picturing the same thing you were.
Yeah,
like
I was
a
thinking like
little-
an action figure or something. It's not.
No. This is like this is zero. This is human sized.
Okay, so I do a little backflip onto the table, and
Just to humor me,
Yeah.
can you roll an acrobatics check?
yeah, you bet I can. It's a 12.
It's a 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you do. It doesn't look great, but no one's there to really tell you otherwise.
I land a little heavy.
Yeah.
Don't stick it.
Yeah, you guys
Oh,
hear
okay.
like a thud coming from the office as he kind of slams his feet down onto the table like he stuck the landing a little too hard.
Frankie sighs, and while pulling the, let's see, what musical instrument do I have?
That's up to you, man.
Of my choice. Okay. Kind of a slightly bigger lute that he's bringing with him.
Okay.
Starts kind of idly strumming on that while he sighs and walks up there because he's not going to be the biggest show in town. Now we got to go where all the people are and escalate.
Right. So you're strumming, but you're not singing anything, right?
Yeah,
you're just
no,
kind of
he's not
you're just
singing
kind of
anything
noodling
yet.
around.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Stenton and Millie?
I'm
You're kind of still like he's the only person still standing there listening to your sales pitch.
Yeah, I'm still riding Jerome now. I have Pip on the back with me. I kind of see that.
Wait, whoa.
Yes, you heard that right.
You tried to get your mechanical construct of a polar bear to be
Correct.
on the back of the horse.
I want to show how sturdy the horse is.
Okay. Let me see how sturdy the horse is.
Okay.
It somehow manages to support the weight of both of you.
Because it's
It's a 1374
1370.
stallion.
Exactly.
So he's
Best in
he's
class.
pitching it real hard.
But I see that nobody's really biting on it, so I'm going to walk over to the room where everybody else is.
What do you say? 'Cause you're a guest in this house,
Right.
pretty much, right? Yeah.
Oh man, that's it's quite the toy there.
We don't have any idea what it is. It looks a little like Zero, but a little smaller, and doesn't seem to be alive. I'm gonna try to activate it.
You're gonna try to activate it.
Yeah,
why don't-
Spanx.
This
Spanx-
is not a good idea.
Spanx takes a little piece of beef jerky out of his pocket and starts trying to feed it.
Oh boy.
He wants to activate it, but he has no
Yeah,
idea.
you're kind of just like you're just mushing this jerky into the lifeless like face of this like warforged like construct thing.
Yeah.
Wait.
Sort of talking to it very sweetly, like,
Here, come on, guy.
Can you do me a favor? Just roll me a d20.
19.
19?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, nothing else seems to happen. You're just mashing jerky into the face of this thing.
Wait, Spanx, this might be dangerous. And I'm going to rip off a 10-foot pole from my robe of useful items, and I'm just going to.
Yeah, this thing is like sticking halfway out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From a safe distance, just in case.
By the way, 10-foot poles are not retractable either, so it's literally just a 10-foot pole.
10-foot pole.
Right. What are you jamming it on?
I'm just kind of jamming like its chest, trying, seeing what it's gonna do, popping it in his face, giving it a few quick jabs.
Millie Bays, roll me a d20.
Gladly. That's a 4.
Somehow, when you just poking this thing with a 10-foot pole, it slips somewhere inside of like the machinery, and then you can hear some things starting to turn, and then they get caught on your 10-foot pole. So all of a sudden, you see some like power being almost like a sort of like magical power being like transferred through this thing, but it doesn't really. It's kind of stuttering because there's something like stuck inside of it, maybe like stopping a gear from moving or something.
Okay.
But this thing is like trying to activate. You kind of hear it saying some weird things now. It's like power on sequence, power on self test, failing. Hold on, let me go to VX Junkies for a second.
Sounds like it needs more jerky.
You fucking idiot.
Frankie's mood continues to darken as everybody in here seems to be acting more interesting than him today. And
Right.
this just won't do. He starts strumming a little bit harder. He's about to launch into the intro of a song.
Sounds great. And you hear this thing saying something about like ambivulating flange adapter blocked. Ambivating flange adapter blocked.
Well, I'm
Please
gonna-
remove blockage.
I am gonna
Please remove
I'm
blockage.
gonna pull the 10-foot pole out of its rib cage.
Give me a strength check.
Strength check, eh? Oh, 20.
Nat 20. Wow.
Big time.
For not a strong guy, you heave this thing right out. Perfect. Precise. You don't damage anything on the way out either. Maybe it's the quality of the 10-foot pole, really.
It's a great pole.
It's a
Everybody
great
should
pole
have
for
one.
penetrating.
It's a good
And he just
penetrating
whipped
pole.
one out from under his cloak
It should be
and showed it to the world.
a household item to everybody.
Started sticking people with it.
Right. So this thing now begins to whir to life. The servos, everything just seems to be, powering this thing on. And it begins to hit, like behind its eyes, kind of a very faint blue light is glowing. And it lifts its head and it says, "Greetings. I am Omega Project Prototype 0.5. How may I brighten your day today?"
Where the hell did Zero go?
Unclear. Was powered off. I am now just coming to life. Who are you? And you see, you hear almost like some sort of whir from like its head as it seems to be surveying the four of you.
Spanx introduces himself. He says,
I'm Spanx Mahoney.
and he does this. He has like sort of an introductory move that he does. He lifts up his shirt, smacks his belly twice, smacks his thighs twice, then hits himself in the face, and then jazz hands.
It stares blankly at you, completely poker-faced,
Not surprised.
and then immediately just swings its head over to this Goliath. Name and directive.
Stenton Crossbreeze. I'm a farmhand.
Farm hand processing. And he just kind of trails off for a little bit and then just goes and looks over at Millie.
Millie Bays here. I have the best products in the land. Here, this year's my polar bear Pip and my nice stallion for sale, Jerome here.
Processing. Occupation identified. Salesperson. Processing directive. Solicitors must not enter the property. Processing. Must remove solicitor from property immediately per directive. And this thing immediately just hops off the table and begins strong arm marching towards Millie Bays. And grabs him by the the collar and just lifts you up and just starts marching you towards the front door.
Wow.
What do you guys start doing? What do you do, Millie?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be screaming for Pip to stop him. So I'm going to try to tell him to attack 0.5.
Five. Yeah. Give me an attack roll with Pip.
No puzzles. 13?
It doesn't seem to bite. I mean, this thing is not as heavily armored as Zero is, but it doesn't seem to bite through. It just kind of gets its teeth kind of caught on some of the metal, but doesn't seem to be doing any measurable damage.
Let me just check my robe for any item that might be useful at this current time.
Well, we're gonna roll initiative now.
Okay.
Who am I fighting?
Well, I want to act in turn at this point with whatever everyone's doing.
So I'm rolling initiative for myself and Pip, correct?
No, you and Pip are going to both operate on your turn. Just you determine who acts first, whether
Okay.
it's you or Pip.
Okay.
We'll keep things simple. Stanton,
13.
Millie,
20.
Frankie.
24.
It's the last initiative I had on this sheet for you too. Spanx.
8.
It's the last initiative I had on this sheet for you too.
That's crazy.
Frankie, what are you doing now that you're seeing this happen? Millie is like sort of flailing while his mechanical bear is like biting the shit out of this prototype.
He looks at 0.5 and he points and he said, "You do not ask who I am, and I will not allow this slight to go unseen. I am Frankie Wild, and these are the Wild Bunch, and we are here to rock your world." Bow! It just launches into the intro of Fat Bottom Gnomes.
Oh my god.
One of his hits. One of his hits.
To
One
which,
of the hits.
to which Spanx starts to ham bone along too.
And what are you casting something with that? Or are you just looking that cool?
You know what? I'm going to hold an action.
You are
with it.
Okay, sounds
Yeah,
good.
but launch into the performance.
Yeah, that sounds great. That's perfect. Millie Bays, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm still being held up by 0.
Yeah, you are grappled by 0.5.
Well, again, I am going to still tell Pip to just try to slash his face off or just knock his arms away from me so he can drop me.
Go ahead and make an attack with Pip. What is he doing? Biting or clawing?
Clawing.
I think he gets both. He
does. He
makes one of each.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
An 11? 24.
24 on what? Is that bite or claw?
Claw.
Okay. Yeah, that hits him. The claw definitely does seem to slash it a bit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. That is a 14 slashing damage.
Yeah, it takes that 14 slashing damage. You see the thing like start to reel. You can hear some gears spinning a little harder, some servos spinning a little harder as this thing kind of like tries to right itself from the blow. Now you as Millie Bays still have an action. You can use your action to escape from the grapple by making a competing strength contest,
Okay.
or you can do something while you're grappled by it.
I would like to get as far away from this thing as possible. Do I still have my 10-foot pole with me? Can I just use it to like push myself?
I'll
away
let
from
you. I'll let you use that to give yourself advantage to get away from it. You still have to roll a. We're still have to roll competing strength checks.
Okay.
But you get advantage.
it? Okay. 18.
Okay. Yeah, you actually managed to wrestle yourself out of it. This thing didn't. He didn't really have a great grip on your collar, so you managed to slip off from the grapple.
Okay.
But it's still like it hasn't broken stride.
It's still coming right at me.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's right up on you. We're gonna go to Stenton.
I don't know. Stenton doesn't really know what the right thing to do is here. He's perplexed by Millie Bays' presence in the house, but he's also perplexed by 0.5 being there and 0 being gone. Too many things are happening for Stenton right now,
Right.
and 0.5 seems to be the instigator.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to attempt to bear hug
0.5.
0.5.
Okay. Competing strength rolls.
Yes. Oh yeah. 23.
23. Oh yeah, yeah. You are bear hugging 0.5. It is ground grappled. You have it grappled. So it's going to go now, and you're going to see it literally turn its head 180 degrees around to face you, and it says, "Threat detected. Target has interrupted prime directive. Treat as hostile," and you see its eyes turn red now. And it's going to try to break out of your grapple. So another competing strength check. I got a 15.
I got a 6.
It breaks your grapple and now turns to face you. And we're going to go to Spanx.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
When I was at work today and I came up with this idea, I was like, "Oh my god! Like
This is great.
I left it open to see
is
however things happened, and this is perfect. This is perfect.
Spank's gonna try to charm him.
You're gonna try to charm him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to charm the automaton.
So like charm person.
Yeah, Charm person.
So it has to make a wisdom save. What's your spell save DC?
Well, first of all, Spank says,
Hey, guy, we're both halflings. We can work this out. Calm down.
It's a regular size. Like, it's way taller than you.
his name is 0.5.
Ah, that's good. I didn't even catch that.
damn.
I didn't even
Pat
catch that.
myself on the
Yeah.
back.
Buzzing.
Good
Pat
job.
on the back.
Flew right under the radar with that one.
Anyway, all you need to
I'm
roll-
sorry I even had to ask.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't.
This is
catch
just
that
for
either.
my wisdom.
It's your spell save DC. It should be on the sheet,
Spell save DC.
on your spell sheet, top.
14.
Yeah, it gets a 12. So it now regards you as an acquaintance. It doesn't. And so, do you say anything else to it?
Tell him the coolest
say-
jets, man.
I say,
Hey, we just calm down a second. This guy's our friend, and we can work all this out. He's not a trespasser by any means.
You hear it just go processing. We're gonna go to Frankie.
All right. So Frankie, to
Because-
end his last turn
Right.
while he was holding, launches into the first verse and has that as casting Mantle of Inspiration. Or using Mantle
say
of
that again?
Inspiration.
So you're using Mantle of Inspiration. What does that
Yeah.
do?
As a bonus action, I expend one Bardic Inspiration die to aid those within 60 feet of me. A number of allies equal to my Charisma mod gain twice the die roll in temporary hit points.
Oh, nice. So
And my Charisma mod is +4, so
everyone
the
gets
party gets
eight temporary hit points, or a plus Bardic Inspiration die.
twice the die roll in temporary HP. And so let's roll our D8 times 2, so that's going to be 4 temporary HP for everyone.
Oh, well, it's something.
It's better than a sharp stick in the eye.
So you got everyone. Everyone gets 4 temporary hit points,
Okay.
including your polar bear. I'm assuming.
Oh, decent. Pip.
So you see like a little spot where it says temporary HP. You put it there. It might not be on Pip's sheet, but
Yeah, that's all right.
All right, so we're down to 3 Bardic Inspiration die, and you know what? Now we pop into my next turn,
right.
where I will, in specific, give Bardic Inspiration to Mr. Crossbreeze,
Okay.
who happens to be in the crosshairs as a bonus action. Creature within 60 feet that can hear me gets an Inspiration die.
Oh, we all know how it works. Quinn
Yep.
does it all the time.
Yep.
And that's your bonus action. Anything
Yep.
else?
So I get a D8 to
Yeah.
add to my roll.
Yes, you do.
Nice.
Any one ability check can be done after seeing the D20, but before knowing the outcome. And that will be my turn as I continue to sing the first verse of Fat Bottom Dwarves.
Fantastic. Millie Bays, this thing is now turned away from you and is attempting, well, it's trying to process the directive it got from its buddy Spanx and the hostile actions of you and Stenton. But it's facing you, but its head is turned towards Stenton. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I said it turned to face him. Never mind. Yeah, it's face away from you right now.
It's face away from me right now. I feel like this thing needs to cool out and join our party, and I need to find some way to do that. I am quite good at tinkering with tools. I feel like I can maybe try to approach him and maybe just see if there's some sort of way that I can kind of turn off his, like, whatever, inhibitor to want to battle any of us and just kind of follow us. If there's something I can do like that.
You can try to persuade it.
Persuade it, or maybe I can see, like, if I can just check, I don't know.
Sounds like he wants to do something mechanical.
I just want to see if I can
Oh, you want to try
understand.
to like manipulate this thing.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
If I can like turn a switch off where it
Give
can
me
just,
an
like,
Arcana check.
Oh, 8. Oh, do I get to add or no? That's a nat
No.
one.
Dude, that's a nat
That's
one.
a nat one.
That's an
You
auto
unfortunately
fail.
don't get to add shit.
So instead of disabling this thing, you instead flip a switch that you immediately regret flipping.
Oh boy,
Because
trying
now
to charm it, Millie.
I'm so sorry.
Now the-
guys.
this is kind of what I was hoping would happen anyways. So like I'm really glad that you nat one there. So what happens is this thing begins to all of a sudden churn faster, and it almost begins to like, because everything is running so hot, it almost like begins to glow a little bit like orange. And you see its you see its head just start swirling around like in circles now, like its eyes red again, and it says nuclear option activated.
What?
Oh, jeez.
And
Oh my
and
God.
then it just begins marching past you guys straight out the door.
Okay.
With Million still in hand?
No, it dropped Millie.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's long
And
drop.
but we're gonna, and as this
That's
thing
my,
is
that considers is my.
that's your action.
Oh God.
So Stenton, this thing is now like literally glowing. Its head is spinning, and it's starting to like just turn away from everything and just start marching towards the door. Do you feel it is hostile to you? I'm asking you this because do you want to take an opportunity attack against it before, Well, I'm sorry, it's not its turn yet. I'm sorry, it's
You're
just
going
turn. Never mind.
bro.
It's your turn. It's turned away from you now and is beginning to head towards the door. What do you do? You hear almost like an alarm starting to sound from within it.
Well, I've got 3 choices, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
I can do fuck all and let it leave.
Uh-huh.
I can realize that Zero is probably going to be super pissed at all of us because we fucked with this thing and now it's running away. So I could try to go catch it,
Mm-hmm.
or I could just follow it and see where it's going.
So what are you choosing to do?
I kind of like the last one.
So you're going to hold... I'll say you can hold your action.
Yeah, I'm going to just...
Okay, but I mean, if anything happens, I will. If it's like I will, you have a reaction you can use to perform an action.
Okay.
On not your turn.
Yes.
Okay.
But so if it's out the door, I'm keeping maybe 13 feet behind
Sounds good.
it.
Sounds good. Well, it immediately starts moving towards the door, brushing right past Millie Bays, and just it marches. I mean, it's not running, but it just marches 30 feet straight out the front door.
Is it speed walking?
Actually,
Huh.
since Millie was up, was chokeholded, right?
Uh-huh.
He's probably not on the horse anymore, right?
No, yeah, he came off the horse to go
I'm
up
hopping on
to
Jerome.
where you were. You're
I'm
hopping on Jerome.
to follow this guy.
Can you give me 1 gold at least for like the rented ride?
Nope. You just came in here and fucked shit up, bro. Things were going fine. I was moving boxes before you came in. And now we're chasing a robot.
Hold on. Who decided to tinker with this guy in the first place? You were trying to feed him
Who actually
jerky.
successfully
and-
activated him and then
Okay.
sent him into
Correct.
nuclear mode?
I have really...
It was
I
both you.
I really fudged this whole situation up here.
Yes.
Things
so fuck you
escalated
and your
quickly.
horse.
Yeah, this...
I'm taking your horse.
I was just trying to feed him, okay?
This is why Zero programmed it to repel solicitors.
So I'm
You are the
Stenton-
perfect example of why this thing was programmed the way it
right.
was.
Stenton is now on horseback.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you're easily keeping pace with it.
Okay.
But that's all it does. It begins as soon as it reaches the threshold of the door, though. You see it stop briefly, like you see its head as it's spinning, kind of quickly stop, make quick stops to like survey the area, like just kind of jerky movements. And you hear it just go analyzing threats, marching, and then it just keeps going, while still glowing and like just not. This looks like a bad situation. You just have a bad feeling about this.
I totally feel like Frankie's just gonna be like, fuck it.
Spanx.
How far away is it from me now?
I'd say it's about 30 feet from you.
I'm going to try to put it to sleep.
Yeah? You're going to
Yep.
cast sleep?
Yeah, I'm going to cast sleep on it.
Okay. Where are you centering it?
I'm centering it right on 0.5.
Okay.
I got a couple more.
So that's going to encompass. That's also going to encompass his horse and him as well. If you do that. Yes. It's a 20-foot radius. He's 10 feet behind it.
I'm 13 feet, but that's okay.
Then I'm going
Don't
to
worry
put
about it.
You
Cast
had a
it.
10-foot
We're
pole
cool.
to
I'm going
push you
to
away.
cast it ahead of
That's why I was asking.
the automaton.
Yeah. Okay.
So that
Yeah, I understand.
Stenton and the horse will be out of range.
I understand.
That's 19.
19 hit points worth of creatures.
Yes.
It is unaffected.
Damn it.
Oh, boy.
Damn it,
Uh-oh.
Janet.
That's some pretty low D8 rolls.
It's true.
That's really
See a
low.
lot of twos.
Is that 5d8 you rolled? Are you moving at all, Spanx? Or are you staying where you are?
I'm hopping on that horse, baby.
So you're going to try to... You can probably... Oh, well, you have your cunning action. So yeah, I'd say that you could probably dash your way up on and on top of the horse.
Yeah, you know I can.
Let me...
We've already seen it support Pip and Millie.
Yeah. I'd say you can do that for sure.
All right.
Okay. You're on the back of the horse now.
Yep.
Frankie makes
sorry.
it out of the end of the first verse and looking a little upset that his target audience is walking away from him. Is how dare you walk away from me during my triumph of a performance? And as a bonus action, uses Mantle of Majesty once per long rest. As a bonus action, I take on an appearance of unearthly beauty for 1 minute.
Fantastic.
As a bonus action during this time, I can cast command without using a spell slot. Creatures charmed by me automatically fail their saves against these command spells.
Nice.
Then as an action, I will actually cast Suggestion.
Okay.
He needs to make a wisdom save.
I'm going to say he fails.
Okay,
with a 4.
that was against a DC of 15.
Yeah,
Or
it got-
follow an understood, reasonable, stated course of action. Sit down and listen.
It immediately sits down. It is still whirring and glowing.
And then Frankie continues into the chorus.
I love how you just could give a fuck that we're like fighting, and you just want
Yeah,
to
you
all
just
of
want
us
all the
listen
attention.
to you sing.
Yeah, he's just trying to put on a show.
I thought that was just lyrics to the song because that's like in Fat Bottom Girls. He's like, now listen.
Right.
Makes it all that much better. Now listen here.
Millie Bays,
Okay, how far away is
30 feet.
said horse and said thing?
30-ish feet.
30-ish feet. Okay. I am going to rip out from my robe a pit.
Uh-huh.
And I am going to
Try to throw the pit.
try to throw the pit.
Where?
Before I make a terrible mistake,
Uh-huh.
what is the radius of this pit?
It is a 10 by 10 circle.
How easy would it be to get this in front of? I want to put this obviously so that 0.5 will fall into it.
I'm going to just
and
say you're going to make a
everybody else-
ranged attack with it.
Okay.
How deep is the pit?
30 feet.
Yeah.
We're about to be at the bottom of a pit.
And I'm going to have you roll a throw, a toss.
Okay.
Right? So just a ranged attack. Add your dex and your proficiency to it. I'll even give you a +5, or was it +5? What's your dex bonus?
My dex, plus 2.
Yeah, so plus your proficiency is 3. So yeah, I'll give you +5 on the roll.
Okay. That is a 23.
You manage to land it directly on top and just ahead of the group, like on top of the automaton, and it falls 30 feet down a pit.
Okay.
And it takes 12 bludgeoning damage on the way down from the fall. And you hear a thud, and you hear it sort of like, it's like almost like banging now against the wall of the pit,
Right.
because it's trying to move straight ahead, but it is unable to do so, and it is kind of having a hard time hearing Frankie's kick-ass chorus now. Stenton, what are you doing? You kind of probably halt the horse really quick before steps into the pit.
Fuck all. What are we doing with this thing? I can't. Stenton is so confused. He's just like. He is standing here, like, looking about, like, I was getting ready to follow this thing to make sure that to bring it back for 0.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like, we work for them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's
Okay.
going nuclear.
They pay your bills.
Spanx and Frankie seem to give a fuck that this is actually happening, and they're just more concerned with.
Do you remember last time? It was the
Yes.
same situation. You're the only one who's useful.
So perhaps again, Stenton is just like, I'm riding this horse to do something good. All of a sudden, Spanx hops on the back of it.
Right.
Like,
Let me frame things for you for a second, okay? Because you're a hard worker, you're a gladiator, you're a fighter, you know what you're doing, right? You're a no nonsense cat.
right.
Frankie's
right.
trying to save a dying career as a musician.
I'm an all nonsense cat.
Spanx is just, I really don't think I need to say much
You're a
more about it.
no-nonsense cat. Spanx is an all-nonsense cat.
And then you have a fucking door-to-door salesman.
Who I just am fed up with.
I mean, you're on the horse that he was trying to sell you.
Yeah, fair trade.
I feel like I dramatically helped the situation.
Did you?
Maybe. I
Did
felt like I
you-
dug myself out of my slight hole from earlier by putting
No, the
this
pit.
thing in a hole.
You might have redeemed yourself a little bit. So speaking of this hole, Stenton, what do you do now?
I mean, this right here is where a confused Donald Glover walks in the door with 2 pizzas to see like someone swinging around something on fire and a
Right.
dead hooker on the floor.
Right.
And
I mean,
a guy with nunchucks.
the
or
reality
something, I don't know.
is, I truly feel like at this point, again, Stenton's not gonna do a damn thing.
You're just gonna stop the horse.
I'm just gonna stop the horse and just like Frankie clearly wants an audience. We've got this robot shit at least under control for the time being. So you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna feed into Frankie so that he shuts the fuck up, and he's gonna turn the horse towards where Frankie is playing so that he and Spanx are both watching Frankie sing.
Okay. So
Which
on
is probably effectively turning our backs on the robot.
0.5's turn, you hear a lot of banging and like almost like stones breaking inside of this pit. But that's all you hear.
Oh boy.
Because no one's looking down into the pit now.
Right.
Spanx, what are you doing?
I'm seeing how to pronounce
I
this word.
really feel like you should just try to put him asleep. Like we should just neutralize the situation. If it blows up, it's not going to kill everybody. This thing's going nuclear.
Legerdemain. That's how you pronounce this word, I guess.
It's just mage hand.
Yeah, but it's like
More
a
or
special
less.
one.
Special mage hand.
Mage hand Legerdemain. So I can
useful mage hand.
with
Yeah.
my mage hand has a 30-foot range, so I
Uh-huh.
go up to the edge of the pit.
Uh-huh.
I'm
You
gonna
see,
take out-
hold on, before you, just so you can
Yeah.
describe to you what you're looking at now.
Yeah.
This thing is attempting to bore its way through, like, the walls of this pit, and like almost like to like try to dig its way through underground. It's not making it very far, but it is trying with all of its might to literally burrow straight ahead.
Okay. So it's still in the 30-foot range, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just trying to describe the scene that's unfolding now below you.
Following. Okay, so I'm going to use my mage hand with thieves' tools
Okay.
because I'm very perceptive.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
I was very up close to the robot when I saw the 10-foot fucking pole going and activated in the first place. I'm going to use my thieves' tools to mage hand down there and try to turn this thing off. Try to reverse the switch that initially activated it.
Sure. I will allow you to give me a check with your thieves' tools.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
15.
Could be good, could be bad.
You switch it off.
Whew. All right.
However, this thing does appear. I mean, like it's the heat begins to dissipate from it, and it stops like slamming so hard. But now it just starts. It's standing there looking around, confused. Like you must have unflipped the nuclear option switch, but it's still like animated and now just looking around, and you just kind of hear it saying the words like directive, processing, environment.
Is it still charmed?
What's the duration of your charm?
How charming are you?
1 hour.
1 hour. Then it is definitely still charmed by you.
Sweet.
Nice. Give it a new directive.
So we're gonna give it to Frankie now.
All right, let's see.
Can you captivate him with your music?
No, well, I could. I can
mean, you're
definitely
still-
command
did-
him as a bonus action.
I mean, you're only like 20 seconds into this, 18 seconds into your song.
yeah, something like that.
Now
I
listen.
mean, if you think about it, right? Because
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like 6-second rounds, right? So
Yeah, let's see. What's the best next thing to
I just think it'd be really funny if he just stops the song like right after the intro, pretty much.
Oh, no, the song keeps going.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Whatever I'm doing, since I'm now gloriously beautiful. I don't know,
Right.
some sort of Super Saiyan hair up in the air kind of thing going on.
Whatever you think beautiful is, that's what Frankie looks like.
Fabio circa 1991.
Before he got hit with the goose.
Right.
Before the butter
Right.
commercials.
Yeah, before those two.
I can't believe those
see.
were butter commercials.
I can't
oh my
believe it.
God, get out.
I heard it's not butter.
I
Well,
couldn't
what is it
believe
then?
that.
Really? Yeah, they're doing all sorts of crazy
I
science
can't
things
believe that it's
Wow,
not
we are
butter.
scraping the bottom of the barrel for jokes tonight, guys. Do
Just
better.
like we're scraping the bottom of a tub of country crock for fake butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's-
good, though.
Wow, that was horrible.
God damn it,
though.
Frankie, what are you doing?
Let's see. Frankie
Besides
is
selling us
going to
butter.
continue to sing and hold an action.
That's it. Are you marching towards them at all?
Yeah, no, he is now looking right down the edge of the hole.
Okay, so you're
He's singing
serenading it to
right into the hole because now I've got a captive audience.
Okay.
Because how? No, he cannot possibly be pounding through the wall to get away from me. That would just not be any good at all. So now I've got mortgages and homes and stiffness in my bones, and he gets to hear about how there are no beauty queens in this locality right down that fucking hole. While I
wow.
hold an action, they'll probably turn into inspiration for somebody or something.
Sounds
I
good.
don't know.
Millie,
All right. So he's calmed down. He still sees me as a threat, so I don't want to go anywhere.
it's not even.
near it.
Yeah, it's still kind of looking around.
Right.
It
Well,
hasn't looked
if I
up yet.
engage him, or if I go down the hole, or if I do anything, he obviously doesn't like salesmen. I really don't want to mess with this thing. I also don't want to try to destroy it. I feel like Zero would be very mad about that. I don't want to disturb this whole thing. I don't want to do anything. I would like to hold my action.
That sounds great. Stenton, what are you doing?
I would say gritting
Getting
his teeth,
pissed
but I don't know
off.
if he's capable of doing that. Is Stenton able to grit his teeth?
I actually feel like maybe in the teeth gritting that I've been doing, I've done a little bit of damage to the oral prosthetics that Zero has helped me out.
Oh
with.
yeah, you've definitely
I've damaged my goods.
set yourself back a little bit on your recovery process. I love that you've used the robe more than anything else too. It's great.
Well, I'm trying not to annihilate this thing. I feel like we shouldn't.
No, it's
kill
perfect.
I'm going down there.
You're going down there.
Yep.
How are you getting down there?
Is it are we talking straight
It's
drop?
straight down.
Okay.
30 feet down.
I have 50 foot of rope.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna tie the rope around the horse, and then I'm gonna lower myself down to the bottom.
And
Don't
if
you
you
have-
kill my horse,
Don't you have
if-
pythons or something? Pitons? Pythons?
First
Yeah,
off,
what
if-
is the proper
If
pronunciation?
you break it, you
Pitons.
buy it.
Pitons.
Pitons?
Pitons.
So
If you kill my
I said
horse
it
in the
twice,
process,
and all
I
three
do
times
not.
was wrong.
we will have issues.
Well,
It's a
we
very
can have 'em.
Spanx Mahoney thing to do.
Do you have those?
What?
Pitons.
No.
Okay. Make me an athletics check, please. I rolled the strength for the horse.
26.
With you and the horse combined, it actually somehow has no trouble supporting your weight as you rope yourself down.
All right. When I get to the bottom,
It got a modified 20 on its strength roll, so
um,
you're down there now. This thing, it turns to look at you, but it doesn't have a chance to speak yet.
okay.
Eyes are blue.
Here's what I want to do,
Okay.
and tell me if I can do all this shit in one turn
Please.
or
Lay it on me.
not.
Lay it on me.
I would like to just. So here's what happened.
Okay.
I tied the rope
Uh-huh.
in like a modified harness around the horse's
Sure.
front legs. So it's like a little around his neck and a little
Probably takes
around
about
his
10
shoulder.
foot of rope to accomplish that.
So there's 40 foot. I got 10 extra foot once
Right.
I'm at the bottom.
Right.
I would like to tie the rope to the robot somewhere. Doesn't matter because he's a fucking robot.
I won't say that you'll have time to tie the rope right now, because your action was used to descend the pit and to make that check to do that. So I'll say that you can begin to start doing that, but you're not gonna do that until your next turn, and we may or may not drop from initiative after we get to the thing. So we'll say that you're kind of in the middle of doing that. Are you saying anything, or are you just kind of like starting to try to tie this thing up?
Maybe I'll just stand there.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get too close. If you
Yeah, that's
give him
fine. So it looks at you, and it says identity and profession.
So
We've obviously reset the thing.
this robot has pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
Everything today has pissed me off and confused me. So Stenton's about to have some fun.
Okay.
Oh God.
I am Maximus. I am your creator. You will obey me.
Processing. You do not look like Creator. Where is Creator 0?
I am your creator. Process it.
I am not that stupid. Identity and profession. This is your second request. Ellipses.
0 is the 3 dots were there. Like I was typing. You know what I mean? Like it was coming. 0 is my master. He told me to watch out for you.
Prove it.
How? We're at the bottom of a 30-foot pit.
Tell me. Answer these security questions.
I never remember the answer to these things.
You also don't read the terms of service, darling.
Did I capitalize it?
I'm gonna let everybody participate in this one. You guys can try to shout things down to him, okay?
Awesome.
And we'll do it through a series of checks as well. I'm not gonna just make you do this blind. But what is Master's favorite color?
I'm assuming that because they're all at the rim, that they're fuck, and you two don't give a shit.
We're out of initiative. It's just
No,
happening now.
We're the worst peanut gallery
Right.
ever.
Yeah.
Brown.
I could not think of 3 people less qualified to give you this answer.
Right.
I will give because all of you are so unqualified. I'm going to set the DC for the history check to see if you even remember what Zero's favorite color is. I'm going to set the DC for that at 18.
History check?
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't even know,
I have no idea.
Millie.
I got a 19 on that.
Yeah, 19.
Yes.
You're 4.
What's Zero's favorite color?
Oh. It's chartreuse.
Hey, there it
buddy.
is.
I know the answer to that one. It's chartreuse.
Correct. Second security question. What is Master's? I think of some good Zero trivia. Give me a sec. As I'm making this shit up. Like, I didn't plan for this.
Pretty good.
This is great.
Yep.
This is exactly what I was hoping it would be.
The kids call this emergent gameplay.
What is Creator's mother's maiden name?
Maiden name? So I feel like Spanx being Spanx, he's been in and out of all the paperwork in the entire house.
Security through obscurity, guys.
Can I roll for investigation on this? Like past investigation.
No, that's like an active thing that you're doing. This will
Okay.
definitely have to be history in order to recall the information. But I'm going to set the DC for this one at 16. No, actually, it's really ridiculous. This is really ridiculously difficult. I wouldn't think it would be on any paperwork at all. So I'm going to set the DC to this as 20.
Hey, can Zero throw a bardic inspiration at someone during, or not Zero? Can Frankie throw bardic inspiration at someone
Yes.
during this?
Yeah, you're still playing music.
Excellent. Yeah. I'm going to strum just a little more forcefully towards Spanx Mahoney, and I'm going to give you a D8
To add to that.
to add.
Come on now.
That's not going to do it.
What'd you get?
A 17.
You're going to have to guess.
Okay, so I mean, I'm down there.
And hold on, Dave. Do you know what it is?
Well, I haven't invented anything yet. I mean,
Perfect.
he's Rocker von Sturm.
Then I'm gonna. That's the.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
You know, that's a lot more plot detail than we do in this world.
Yep. No, it's okay. So you're just gonna have to guess.
For the best, everything we leave open is stuff we can.
And I'm
going
gonna
to
say that I'm gonna say that you still have a chance to succeed on this, but I'm not gonna explain how. But just guess. So one of you has to guess. Only one of you.
I don't think she had a maiden name. I think she was like Cher or somebody. She only had one name.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Sure.
Yep.
What's the answer then? No, like none. Like
Null.
what's
The null set.
Null.
Yeah.
Empty set.
Incorrect.
Okay, what's the next one?
Best 2 out of 3. What time does afternoon begin?
That's easy. 11.
I'm gonna have okay, hold on, because you guys are new to the group, right? I would like the three of you to make at a DC 11 a history check to recall what time is the best time for or what time afternoon begins. Stenton, you seem to be making lots of hand gestures. So what do you got?
11 a.m. 11 o'clock. I don't know how he typed it into your fucking brain.
Interpreting. Correct. I would have also accepted 11:01, but I understood what you meant.
Steady head shaking is going on by Stenton.
Fat bottom gnomes, you make the rockin' world go round
Is it
as he
gnomes or
strums
dwarves?
out of the outro.
It was gnomes, he said.
Oh, okay.
Is either gnomes or dwarves. I don't think he has it internally consistent either
All right,
because he's probably a little drunk.
Right. Makes sense.
He's day drinking
So,
at 11 o'clock.
oh yeah. So the 0.5 looks at you, Stenton, and says, Ally recognized. What is the directive, Ally?
Chill out.
Oh, friend, I recognize you as Ally.
Hey, I think it'd be a really good idea at this point to get yourself back into Zero's workshop and go back to sleep.
Actually, you want to have him help us get rid of our salesman problem?
I think Frankie turns to
Please remove the salesman.
Millie Bays. I think you should step outside for just the
All right.
briefest of moments.
In an attempt to win the favor of the group back, I'm going to rip off a patch for the 24-foot ladder that I have, which is almost like it's almost there. We could still reach him and pull him out of the hole.
You're gonna drop-
and I'm going to drop a ladder. It's the best I have.
You're the
It's
worst
best I have.
person ever.
Into
Who
the
drops
hole-
a 24-foot ladder? There's a
30
there's a
30-foot hole.
gap there. That's not a small
It's way
gap.
easier to get back
It's a
up.
6-foot gap, and that's
You
if I'm
can
standing
still-
on the top, and that's if it's standing
You're a large
straight up
man.
and
You're
down.
an enormous man. You don't need all
Okay,
20.
the ladder clatters
huge.
down.
Right, but and if
It's
I
still
put
standing.
it if I put it at an angle that I'm going to be able to climb at, it turns into like a
20-foot
20-foot ladder. So now I'm
It's
10
the
foot away.
sturdiest ladder I have.
Fucking dumb.
Well, you're 10 foot, but if you lean it up against the rope,
And
you
you
only
could
have
be
10 feet of
holding-
rope to
yeah,
climb.
exactly.
I'm not sure whose side to be on here. I mean, on one hand, he took
I'm
2/3 of the
trying.
work
I'm-
away from
I'm
you.
making an effort
Why are
here.
you complaining about the ladder? And on
I'm
the
just
other
gonna
hand,
yell. I'm just gonna yell up to Frankie. Slap the horse.
yeah, baby, and just full hand smacks it right on the
As he
ass
does
like
that, I'm
he's
reaching
sexually
out and
harassing
grabbing
the horse.
I'm grabbing the robot.
Okay.
And we're riding the ride.
Give me a strength check. Athletics, even.
No, I like. Oh, okay. Well, they're this. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. 23.
Yeah, you managed to haul him right up. The ladder's still down there, and
Yep.
the horse pulls you up. with this horse is killing it on strength checks.
Jerome is a strong fucking horse.
Yeah.
Again, just demonstrating my value further.
Yeah, it pulls you guys out, and the ladder is still
Yeah,
in
I didn't
the
want the ladder.
pit.
I didn't want it in the first place.
Nice.
The funny thing about the robo useful items, you can't turn those back into patches.
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's another thing that I was wondering is like you're doing this, like you're ripping a lot of patches off. Like, bro, we ain't buying.
I'm not trying to sell. I'm really just trying to use them. They're useful items. I'm trying to be useful
It
with
is the
them.
robe of useful
It is a robe
items.
of useful items. They're not just sales pitches.
So what are you doing the full court press on? To impress us or to sell us stuff?
At this point, I'm just trying to win your friendship back after like dramatically losing it over the course of the last few minutes.
As this thing pulls you guys out of the pit, right, and 0.5 stands up, and you, Stenton, stand up, it looks over and sees Millie, and it says, name and profession.
Frankie interjects. He's our guest.
Guest identified. Can I offer you tea or coffee?
Well played, Frankie. Well played.
He wipes a little
My
bit of
name
sweat
is.
off his
Don't
is-
try to sell
My
him
name
anything.
is Millie. I will have some tea, please.
We are all out of tea. Please choose another beverage.
And
And I'm just gonna sit down on the ground and I'm just gonna give up here. I'm not going any further. with it.
And that's what we're going to call this episode.
Wait, can I try to do one more thing?
Sure.
Wait, where's the horse at this point?
Just chilling out.
Okay.
I let go of my rope, but it still has like a
The harness,
harness
yeah.
like tied around its
Okay, okay.
shoulders.
So Spanx goes over to Millie. He goes, "All right, Millie, baby. All right, I think it's time for you to go anyway. I think you've overstayed your welcome." And he sort of motions over to the horse and sort of is walking over to the horse with Millie.
And 0.5 goes, but guest has not had tea or coffee.
Don't worry about it. And so
I really like where you're going with this, though.
We'll get him some coffee then.
Well-
should I roll for persuasion or something?
Sure.
Okay. It's a 10.
Guest must come inside for tea and coffee.
Well, I thought I was rolling for persuasion for Millie here.
What?
Oh, sorry. Well, then you're going to have to roll an insight to see
An
if
insight?
you want to stay or go
Okay. First off, let me just find.
and beat that persuasion.
It's a 7.
All right. So you feel like maybe it's time for you to leave.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rip another riding horse patch right off.
Your other horse? You're riding two
My
horses?
other horse. No, I'm gonna leave the one. I'm gonna say, friends, it's been fun. It's been nice knowing you. I'll see you in another lifetime. And ride off on my other horse. Well, obviously, hold on. I gotta bring Pip with me. I gotta bring Pip into the mix.
Yeah, he's just following along with you.
Okay. I don't
Wait.
have to bring him
No.
on the horse. Okay, he's
He's a
running
gigantic
around. He's
fucking
a
bear.
Big bear.
Yeah.
Wait. I still want to do something.
I'm really trying to get away here.
We're really just trying to
I'm
end this
really
episode.
just trying to go.
As you get on the horse, I get up on the horse with you, try to give you a hug goodbye, and with sleight of hand, I'm going to try and take your jacket off.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Okay, okay.
Because I'm also very dexterous. I feel like we have the same
Well,
qualities.
hold on. So first of all, give me a stealth roll.
Okay. A stealth roll or sleight of
Stealth
hand?
first.
Okay.
To see if he notices you coming up.
25.
Okay, so you have no idea he's fucking coming
Okay.
because you're just on your horse running away.
Okay.
Now, you're going to make me a sleight of hand, Spanx. And since he's wearing the fucking thing, it has to be over a 20.
All right, never mind.
So you feel something tugging and trying to pull your coat off,
Okay.
like your robe.
And is he firmly on the horse, or is he just kind of like jumping at the horse like a safe
He's
distance
on it.
away?
Yeah,
He's
I'm
on the horse
yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
So I feel him try to steal my robe right off from me. I am going to rip off my battering ram from the robe, and I'm just going to jab it into his stomach.
Yeah, you
To get him
I'm
off.
just going to say you do that.
I do that.
Yeah.
Success. Okay.
It's a fucking
great
battering ram.
success, right?
Do you keep riding away? Like,
I'm
faster?
riding away into the distance.
Yeah,
I'm
kick up
I'm-
some dust at this point.
At this point, I'm
Like,
standing
good
on the,
riddance.
yeah, exactly.
And as he rides off into the sunset, that's where we'll actually end our episode.
Give it a shot.
Right.
That was great.
So, thank you guys.
Spanx has to steal.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it was great to revisit the Hapless Interns and, actually end up with you guys not breaking another one of Zero's things. Damaging it, but not breaking it. So,
Thankfully.
thanks for listening to this bonus episode of the Hapless Heroes. We hope you had a great time with us tonight. If you really, really like what you heard, we can be found on the internet. We are on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're at Hapless Heroes. We're on Reddit. We have a subreddit, just /r/Hapless Heroes podcast. Hapless Heroes podcast. We also would appreciate it if you left us some kind words on the old iTunes or other podcast service that accepts reviews of your choice. We really want to hear what you think of the show. We really enjoy making this for you, and would love to hear some of your kind comments. And in turn, we'll shout you out in the air and say thanks in person. And by in person, I mean through this radio medium in which we are all consuming this information. So, other than that, if you really, really, really like us, we have a Patreon page. It's patreon.com/haplessheroes. We have some fun rewards if you feel that we are worth your hard-earned dollars for the content we put out to help feed us every week, because we just like to eat food, and
It's true.
It's something that everyone needs to do.
Dang near addicted to the stuff.
And don't forget,
I eat it
James's
every day.
offer is still on the table for Tasteful Nudes. We might even
Tasteful
drop
Nudes.
it down one price point.
What's the next lowest price?
I don't know. I think it's 25. I'm just kidding. Maybe that's a little too cheap for your nudes, huh?
They might not be so tasteful for 25, if you know what I mean.
Well, listen,
Gross nudes for 25.
if there's anyone out
Straight
there
up
who would want
helicopter
some
dick.
really gross nudes of James for 25, I actually, no, don't tell me.
No.
Don't.
No.
I don't want to invite that into my
Yes,
life.
no bueno.
Be careful what you wish for.
I'm not wishing for anything.
Offer retracted.
Yeah.
$25 Patreon subscriber.
And
Be careful what you wish for.
right. Or if you're not a social media person or a giver or really anything besides just fun, you want to just talk to us or whatever, we also have an email. We're just haplessheroes@gmail.com. Just hit us up, say hello. That's really I just want to hear from you guys.
And if you love us, I mean really, really love us,
So much.
you need to go to a shopping mall or wherever you can find a public fountain and just do a big belly flop in there when they try to throw you out and say, the Hapless Heroes made me do it. Listen to their podcast.
It's a sure way to draw a crowd.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Great idea.
I mean, loudly and
yeah.
succinctly enough.
Oh, absolutely.
Try to
Right.
enunciate.
Really, really drive the point home.
Yeah.
If you just mumble your way through it, you mean, why bother?
Yes.
Right. So, that being said, let's go ahead and outro our cast for this episode. We have James playing Stenton Crossbreeze,
What the hell just happened?
Massimo playing Millie Bays.
Millie Bay's here, and I'm never coming back.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Dave playing Frankie Wild.
Now for my next tune, Robot Heart Attack.
And Zach playing Spanx Mahoney.
Was it something I did?
And I'm Francesco. I've been your host and DM. Tune in for our next regularly scheduled episode where the gang does some crazy shit. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. No, I couldn't burp.
Leave that in there.
Good guys.